Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV, the What's Going On podcast, guys. If you are new, please smash that like button, subscribe, and share to the channel. And listen, let's talk about football. What a weekend of football controversy, mate. VAR, some people want to call us Arsenal, Liverpool, you name it. This VAR is a problem. But listen, big up to everybody that's in the chat. And look, we have an esteemed panel waiting to come on to discuss. Normally, my show is on a Wednesday, but as you know, today I had an appointment. Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I will have another appointment. So the show will be on next week, Thursday as well. So just for those 2 Thursdays, my shows will be on today and next week, Thursday. And then we'll be back to the normal schedule of Wednesday. But listen, I'm going to stop waffling on because we have got a show to get through and I will get through the chat in a minute. But before we do go through the chat, let me get the guys who are waiting in the back room. So first of all, let me bring in Mr. Big D and Mr. JP. Yo, what we saying, people?
Yes, fellas.
Yeah, man. Everything good?
Mr. JP, I know you're being a busy man and all, and you've been putting your two bobs worth about Arsenal and all of that. And, you know, we'll get into there.
Listen, as I say all the time, it's no Arsenal hate. It's just fact.
Yeah, look, yeah, and we will tackle it. And I know time is of essence for you, so I really get it. Big D, thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
you've made it today. I know schedules change around because obviously yesterday I was at a function. Big D's side of the woods. You know what I mean? So I was up there, and then next week I'm at an event on the Wednesday. So it's going to be next week, Thursday, and then we'll be back to the normal schedule. But listen, we have got a lot to talk about. But before we get into the chat, Big D, what you saying? How you been doing? How you keeping?
Yeah, man, doing good, Norms, doing good. Juggling as usual, but that's all good. Got a couple of milestone birthdays to celebrate this weekend. My neighbour and golfing buddy Rick, he turned 60, so he's having a bashment on Saturday, and then tomorrow is my big cousin Errol up in the Coventry Massive. So big out to my cousin Errol. Turns 60 as well.
Coming up as well again.
You know already. Yeah. So
they're your second team now. I forgot it's Juve, isn't it? Juve just second team. So.
Yeah, but it's still a good love. I used to go high for road back in the day, you know, guys.
So what happened? What's squatting? So what's squatting?
I was always a Man United fan, but I would just go because you know what I mean. I go with my brother, I go with some brethren, some of the basketball guys would go. We go together, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And just watch a local team play as well, you know what I mean. And
cool.
Man. So fair play to them, you know what I mean. Man, Fat Frank, Slim Frank now. He's a bit slim now, isn't he? Shed a few pounds now, so I can call him Slim Frank. Hey, listen, I got some belly fat, man. I can talk about it. I got a bit of belly fat here, so you know the ones. You know what I mean? It's coming down. The 4-pack is nearly there and thing, but you know already. So that's all I can say, mate.
Big up, thank you, JP, man. Long time no see, man. How's life been treating you, brother?
Listen, I've been good. I've been following the show.
Yeah, I know. We see the chat every now and again,
and stuff like that. So, but yeah, no, I've been good, man. I've been pleased with some of what I've seen from my team.
Yeah.
You know, I knew he was going to get the job. I've been telling you guys. D and I both said he'll get the job. I don't want him to get the job. But
we'll get into that because we talked about this a few weeks, 3 months back, and you weren't keen on the idea, but. For what he's done for you guys, take it out to him. But I hear what you're saying going forward. Yeah, it's okay playing 38 games, getting knocked out by Grimsby. You know what I mean?
But that wasn't him, to be fair. That wasn't him.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, sorry. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I take that back. Sorry, Karen.
That was that Muppet that we can't say his name. He was the worst Premier League manager.
You can't even say his name, can you? You can't even say his name.
The dude is the worst Premier League manager. Who's the worst Premier League manager than him? At least at the top clubs, anyway.
Yeah.
Who's been worse than him?
He was bad. He was bad.
And United let it go on for so long, anyway.
Yeah, and that's just the way. There's not a way to run a club, and it's the same with Chelsea as well. Hopefully, Ez will be joining us as well. So. We'll talk about his club, you know what I mean? Potentially Alonso coming to the club. We'll see what there, you know what I mean? But maybe Kofi wants to see him at Liverpool. You know what I mean? Slot, he doesn't
Is
think
he going? Is Slot going though?
No, well, this is what I'm saying. I don't think he said he feels that his future is safe at Liverpool, even though he's getting booed by the fans and the worst.
I don't think they're going to sack him. I don't think they're going to sack him.
Premier League, I can't see them sacking him.
If he didn't get the Champions League, I think he'd have been in trouble.
Yeah.
My
missus wants him to stay. She needs to give him. He needs to get another year with his players. But look, when you spend that kind of money, you know what I mean. If I'm the owner, man, I'm like, bro, you can't spend that kind of money and then exactly, and then next season
drop off a cliff.
What you're going to spend again? You know what I mean? This is the big question. But listen, before we get into the show, I just want to just quickly go through the chat. We're just bringing money is, and just get D to do his rendition before anything else. D's in the house, man. You know,
money.
Yes.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on, people, man?
What's going on, brother? Big up, Ed. What you say, man? Good to have you on the show, man. You've been talking a lot in our chat. Very agreed by certain things, and we will get into that. But how you doing other than that?
Yeah, man. All good. My side, all good. It's very, very busy in over here. But
I can understand.
It's good. It's good to be busy. It's good problems.
No, absolutely. And listen, thank you very much for your time. I know it's precious and everything. But really
likewise. Thanks for having me.
You know what I mean? Thank you very much. But listen, look, let me just quickly go into the chat before we go into the thing tonight. So Kawaja, I call him the Prez of the mods. Yeah, today is our second anniversary of Tottenham Hotspur v Man City 23-24 Premier League game where the fan base said North London sang that song London Together, and that's when Son, some people say, purposely missed that goal. Corruption of the highest level. You know what I mean? Kawaja was saying prediction for Monday's match. We play Burnley this Monday. We've had a nice sort of 7-8 day break. We played them at home. That'll be our last home game. Arsenal 3 is going for Burnley 0. We do need to get our goal difference up. I'm not going to lie. We're going to need to get our goal difference up. And Gavin just saying big up to me. Thank you very much, Gavin. And Gavin just dapping Mr. Kawaja there. Kawaja obviously back to Gavin. He says, yes, to smash the likes and subscribe to Normski TV. Big up, Jason, all the way in America, man. Big up to you all the time, brother. Doing the Lord's work and for your country as well. So big up to you every time still. Kawaja, big up Normski along with the panel and chat. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back, lads. That's just from Kawaja there. 5 lights up. I'll keep smashing those lights here. Come on, guys. There's 10 of you in the building. Let's get those lights up. Kawaja's saying, yo. Gavin, big up Jason. Kawaja. Fine margin, guys. This is Arteta talks. Fine margin, guys. Fine margins. It is fine margins. We've got 2 games to do it, brother. Can we do it?
Yes, man.
And just Jason Carter saying, bless up to D and JP. And obviously, you probably just missed out on Ed's coming in, but I'm sure you'll be sending your love over to him. Gavin saying, big up D and JP. Ruthless, big up Ruthless Schooner, man. Every time. Good evening, Normski and the panel. Big up to you. Please go and subscribe to Ruthless Schooners and Kawaja straight in there with his link. Big up. Big up, Junior, man. What you saying? Evening, gents. Normski, yes, JP. Big up yourselves. And big up the chat, man. Big up the chat. Going down here. And Kawaja just putting in his channel, his second channel. He's doing well on that as well with his shorts and all of that. Waha. Rocinio. That to Man United. Waha say just good evening to everyone.
Yeah, man.
And subscribe to his channel. Thank again, Kawaja, for putting his link in. Big up to Flyberry. Big up, fellas. Yeah, man. Big up to you, Flyberry, every time. Junior is saying, big up, Ez. Yes, man. Is them in the team. And as usual, thank you very much, Wahaha, for putting in the link for my friends, Cancer Fund. Thank you very much for that. Always there doing that for me. Big up to you. Thanks, Kawaja. Big up Waha, no worries. And there's Gavin just saying, big up to Waha. Gavin, big up Ez from Gavin. And Top Goodness crying over the failed hate watch last night. Laugh out loud. Yeah, well, listen. Look, they didn't offer nothing, did they? Crystal Palace didn't offer nothing, man. And
I don't think they're going to offer nothing. I don't think they're going to offer nothing for the rest of the season.
No, I mean, look, they
have
to
get to that final, isn't it?
Exactly. They play 3 days after the last game of the season,
and that's your last game, isn't it?
Yeah, and we away to them, so they're going to rest players, but still, we can't take any chances. You know what I mean? Look, City last night does the business. Jace can't say much respect to Ez, bless her, my G. Look, let's get into it, and so guys. Just to let you know what's on the menu tonight, for those that have received it. Let me just find it quickly. And we're going to do the usual team. We're going to just look at a couple of the teams, but there are some real games that we really need to focus on. So obviously we're going to look at the Prem review and some of the players and how you thought they performed over the last weekend. And one I've put in there, as VAR played a major decision at the top and bottom of the Prem table. Ref Watch, that's just been a talking point all week. Ez and JP putting in their 2 bobs worth, and even Big D coming with a late running and throwing in a few things in there about the way Arsenal have been performing and stuff like that. So he has his thoughts on it. And then Rashford seals the title in the El Clasico game. Should Man U keep or sell him? Spurs draw and leave the door open for the Hammers. And lastly, the What's Going On prediction results, game week 36, and the What's Going On fantasy Prem shout, which will be done by Big D. So, people, let's get into it. So, obviously, before we get into the big one over the weekend, which was the West Ham Arsenal game, but just want to quickly look at the first game, which was the Liverpool-Chelsea game. Liverpool won, Chelsea won. A bit of a drab game. Liverpool take the lead first, and then Chelsea equalised. Ez, did you watch the game? What was your thoughts on the game? Exactly. We move on now. Sorry. Sorry.
It's all right. I'm trying to think back to the game now. That was
it was an early kickoff. I think it was an early kickoff. An early goal by Ryan Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch gets a goal.
I think now I'm remembering now. When Gravenberch scored, I thought it was going to be one of them games again because we conceded early in like our last 4 or 5 games, and then there's nothing there. But then I saw Liverpool tail off. Chelsea grew into the game. I think our Callum from Croydon switched up the tactics, and I think it became a bit more of a match there. The only thing I really am tired of, and I'm jumping straight there, is these refs. Something's going on. Something's going on now.
Well, if you want to bring that up, just because I didn't get to watch the game in its entirety, but if there was an issue in there, man, we'll feel free
isolated to this game. Then I know I've got a wider problem with refereeing. The consistency is atrocious. It makes this watching football. You kind of have to tell your players you can't rely on them. You have to go and win these games clear goals, outplaying them. Because if you leave it down to chance and fine margins, these refs will mess you up, you know. And similar then, it's 1-1. João Pedro's definitely got a pen there. Definitely got a penalty there. Not sure if you guys saw it, but
I saw it.
That's a pen every single day of the week. I can guarantee if that's Saka that's given, or it's at least looked at. And it wasn't. It was.
Was it literally? Did the referee just wave it away and you just carried on playing, or did you?
Not clear and obvious, apparently. Not clear and obvious, apparently. And the thing is that's the difference between winning and losing in that game. That's the Liverpool game anyway.
Listen, that game. I think going after the back of losing like 6 games in a row. Potentially go to Liverpool. You know, I was thinking, mate, this could be a problem for you. You know, losing 7 games straight. Well, fair play.
In a sense, though, I don't watch I'm not fighting for anything anymore. You know, it'll be cheeky to go into that Liverpool game going, this is a must-win game for Champions League football. You're joking me.
But you can get into the. You win the FA Cup. What do you get? Europa League.
Yeah, Europa
League.
Which that means the Premier League's done. Like we're not even fighting for Europa League in the Prem. Just go win the FA Cup.
Well, I was going to say. I mean, how do you feel about it? What's your chances? You know, you play City. They rested players last night.
Nah.
What's your chance? Listen, Chelsea. I'm sure in a one-off game, you know, they could possibly do a thing.
Yeah, there's honestly no point over analyzing it. Like, you could if there was a set of normal circumstances, but we're in a circumstance where City's fighting for the Prem, Chelsea are fighting for Europe through this competition, but they've got no manager. This manager's never been here in his life. You know, what's he going to tell them? What's he going to tell them? Only thing you can tell them is, guys, try your best. You know, we're gonna train. Yeah, but if he tries to dare pull out his Jose Mourinho hat and try and do up some sort of "I've been here before," these players will have a laugh. Are you joking me? So there's only so much he can say to prep the boys. You know, if we win, it might be because City have a bad day, or these players actually just put everything out there and we managed to win. And there's no point analysing it further than that, really. I think it's, as a fan going into that game, I don't expect to win it, but I am open to the idea that it could go many ways. City could have their eyes on the Prem. They've already got a domestic cup this season.
Yeah.
You know, and then you don't know what City turns up.
I think because City
that blow away. Who did they play yesterday? Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
That against Everton, they give away 2 goals in 5 minutes or something. It depends what City turns up in that final.
Yeah.
And if their minds are on chasing guys down.
We'll get into City. I mean, look, City. We'll get into them sort of later on, but I mean, with Liverpool, we was just sort of kind of talking and sort of saying, like, with the sort of money that Liverpool was spent.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the defense of the title. It's not good, and it's Slot's future. What is his future at Liverpool? He doesn't seem to be fazed by anything. He feels like the owners are behind him, even though, you know, we talk about it every week. He's getting booed by the fans, but it's just not the same Liverpool. And I suppose question to guys: do you think that with the money they spent last season, 500 million, do you think the owners are going to give him even more money?
Yeah. I think if they keep him, they've got no choice. If they keep him, they've got no choice.
Yeah.
The pressure's really.
Yeah. If you decide you're going to keep him, you almost got to then back him, haven't you, in the transfer market again?
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah, if you saw yesterday, he kind of put out a statement saying that, he's been involved in the big meetings and he's got a seat at the table and all that kind of stuff. So yes, that's it. So it's almost like he's letting us know that, listen, I'm the current champion. I won them a title in my first season. They ain't just gonna bin me because we've been a little bit off key trying to have these players settle in, and then he probably throw the factor of the young man that lost his life as well, which clearly affected some of those players that were close to him. So he's looking at it saying, okay, if I qualify for Champions League, then I'm good, and I think they'll qualify. So, but yeah, the way you said it, like, I got a seat at the table. I've been in the discussions of what's going to happen in the summer, obviously World Cup year as well. So yeah, I expect him to be there, Norm. How much money they give him, it remains to be seen, because I think he's going to have to figure it out with his squad and get them performing rather than spend a load of money like what they did last summer. But we'll see.
But I mean, there's a lot to play for the top 4. I mean, I'm just looking at the table now. I think obviously we'll come on to the Man United in a minute, but Liverpool are on 59 points with a plus 12 goal difference, and Aston Villa on the same points on a plus 4, same games played. They're still it's still a European position. And then you've got Bournemouth, who I feel have done really well, even though with Ariel looking to leave at the end of the season. They beat Fulham. I think it was 1-0. I think both teams went down to 1. Went down to thingy, and then they host. So they're looking to try and secure that European spot. They host.
Yeah, fair play to them.
They host City on Tuesday the 20th. That's next week Tuesday. Mind you, City play 3 games in 7 days. So they're playing the FA Cup this weekend. Well, they've just played Crystal Palace yesterday, who absolutely didn't for nothing to them. They made 5, 6, 7 changes and absolutely slapped absolutely slap Palace. So they just didn't offer any change. But I know with Palace, they're going to have their minds focused on the conference, Europa Conference League final as well. So I know hopefully they'll be making changes, which I should think they will do, because they're going to play 3 days after we play them in the last game of the season.
Yeah.
So Bournemouth, I'm hoping that Bournemouth can do something on that Tuesday, even if they get a draw. If they get a draw against Man City, we played Burnley before we played them. We played Burnley at home. So we really need, because they've put a little bit of pressure on us again. They've put 3 past them. So I think they're now 1 goal ahead of us in terms of goal difference. I think it's plus 43 to our plus 42. So
plus they scored more goals as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they scored more goals as well. Yeah. So we have to beat Burnley. But then saying that, Burnley drew, I said a 2-1 win to Aston Villa in my prediction, and they ended up, and it was Burnley that scored first, and they ended up scoring.
Villa, you can't predict. You can't predict Villa's results at the moment, no?
You can't. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. And they play Man City at the last game of the season at City. So, but they would have played their Europa League final before. So if they do win their Europa League final, they're either going to be up there on a high. If they lose, they're going to be down there. You're hoping that maybe they've got harder fixtures than what we have. But I still can't see it. They're hard to predict at this moment. Do you know what I mean? But they're currently sitting, as I said, 5th on 59 points, same amount of points as Liverpool. But Bournemouth, maybe want to go even further and try and see if they can overtake them. Do you know what I was going to say? They've got 2 games left. I don't even know what Bournemouth's next lot of fixtures are. But I'll take my after Areola. What he's doing at the club. Obviously, he's going and he's linked. With a number of teams, whether it's abroad or, I mean, is Areola somewhere that you, and I know we know that maybe it's locked down with Carrick, but is Areola somewhere that you would look at, any of you guys, or you sort of want to
Not for me. Not for me.
So yourself.
The thing, there was a hint that Spanish manager that we would look at him, but then United kind of drew a line under that one, didn't they, Jay? This week. So
apparently they looked at him. According to Lloyd,
that's right.
According to Lloyd Whitwell, they looked at him and they looked at who's at Villa.
Emery.
Yeah, apparently they looked at these. I don't know if they spoke to anyone, but they looked at these guys and said, "Nah, Carrick's the guy we're going to recommend to the board."
Yeah,
but the thing is, Jay, you would hope that they actually spoke to them like a proper, even if it's a mini interview, just to put the feelers out there, rather than saying, yeah, we thought about him, but nah. I think you have to have a conversation. And this is what I don't like. Me and Jay have been talking about this, Jay, back and forth, and as this whole, you promise us best in class, but the truth is, it's about the pocket. You know what I mean? And you have to remember, the best in class is costing them 15 million a season for the best in class managers thereabouts. That's what you lot are paying Arsenal, right, Norms? You're paying them Arteta that. So I'm assuming anybody at that is on a 15 to 18 million a year to come and manage a big team. Carrick, like JP said to me, 4 to 5 mil max. So there's definitely economics involved here, whether they want to admit that or not. It's not just a case of, we looked at him and nah. Have a proper interview and see what he's got to offer. See what his plans were if he came to United. And I think that's how you're supposed to do it. But yeah, I'm concerned that we're just being a bit wishy-washy here, because they can't get this one wrong, because either way, Jay, one of them gets fired. If Carrick don't work out, one of them getting fired. Either Omar Barada or Wilcox is getting fired, because you make intimidating mistakes.
They need to get fired.
Yeah. So
this is the thing, right? Because I look at it and I think to myself, okay, Carrick's done a great job. We've talked about this on this platform before, and we said he has. You can't deny it. He's done a fabulous job. Points don't lie. But obviously, like, we watch every United game.
Yeah.
And like, since we beat Arsenal, I can't remember actually really. I mean, there's been patches in a few games.
Moments FC.
Yeah, but since we beat when we was beating City and Arsenal, we had all these lovely triangles and patterns. I haven't seen it since.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
just before we just go on, I would say big up to DJB. Thanks for the raid, man. I really appreciate that. Big up to you every time, man. And sorry about last night that I couldn't be on your show. You know, we do the mingle, but I will be back hopefully next week, God's willing. But thank you very much, fam. Thank you for the raid, guys. You can see in the screen we're talking about Man United, Southampton, Sunderland, right? A bit of a drab game. You know what I mean?
It was awful. No, let's say
it doesn't say what you feel, and I think people are kind of doubting.
Let's have it right, as Ez would say. Let's have it right, man. That was awful.
But the Carrick and Rashford future. I put this as the title: Carrick and Rashford future. Obviously, you know, Rashford scoring from a free kick and getting the title with Barcelona. Great, fantastic. You know, I mean, maybe something that he could probably do with you guys. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I mean, look. Where does his future stand? You know, and Rashford said he wants to stay at Barcelona beyond his long season, and after scoring a stunning free kick against Barcelona, he sealed the Liga title. And Manchester United forward was asked about his future by reporters, and he said, "I'm not a magician, but if I was, I would stay. So let's see." I won't go in much more, but I thought I'd put that to you. And obviously, I'll look at the Carrick situation as well, Fabrizio Romano. But this is from the Man United FC breaking. The chances of Michael Carrick staying as the permanent manager at Manchester United are increasing week by week, and there's a growing belief that he will be the one to be the clear favourite for the job. So, you know, I want to get your thoughts. I want to kind of get your thoughts on that, both of you, and obviously Ez as well, in terms of Carrick, because, you know, it's okay playing 40 games and not playing games in the week and how he would sort of hold up now that he has to be dealing with Champions League, playing more games. He's going to have more money as well. So start off, anybody wants to come in. JP, you want to come in first, and then I've got a Big D.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, there's a lot of fan channels out there that are supporting Michael Carrick for the job. I'm not a fan that does. I mean, I'm not in the camp, and the reason I'm not in the camp is just because, and I get it. We will never know. Yeah. We'll never know until he gets the job what he's going to do. And if I'm proven wrong, as a Manchester United fan, I'll be more than happy to be proven wrong. I'm happy to come on here and say I was so wrong about Carrick. Look at him; he's the next Pep Guardiola. If I'm saying that, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I don't feel it. And it's because he hasn't even played 38 games. No, that's the thing. It's like, you know, what did he play? 18 games or something like that? He's going to be in charge for the season.
Yeah.
With the expectation for Manchester United when he came in was so low.
Yeah.
Like the old manager, that Ford, every game we play.
Say his name.
No, like Ford.
Yeah, we can't say his name on here, Norms.
No. Guys,
yeah, we can't give him no credit.
Every game we played, we thought we were going to lose.
Yeah.
Like we just went into every game thinking, listen, if it was him, I'm still rock bottom of the prediction table. Because I'm predicting Man United every week with no chest. I know we're going to lose. I'm just predicting us anyway. And I'm thinking, so the expectations for United was quite low.
Yeah.
And, you know, if he'd have finished sixth, everyone would have said he'd done a good job.
Sure, yeah.
He's finished third, you say, well, listen, he's done a great job in terms of Man United get results. We play badly, we still get results. And for that, you take your hat off and you say, listen, he's done a good job. I've always been a bit worried, and the squad is thin, and I get all of that stuff. So I've always been a bit worried when we play midweek games. We've never won under him. Every time we've had a midweek game.
Yeah.
You know, if he proves me wrong, like I say, I'll be good. But it's very different playing every competition. The expectations on United from the first game of the season would be, you've got to win. You was winning then. You've got to take that into, you know, you've got to be challenging. No one's saying you're going to win the league. No one's going to predict us to win.
Yeah.
But they're going to predict you to be challenging, and you finish third. So what are you going to do? You can't regress.
But do you think your fan base, like, look, you know, with Arsenal, obviously, our fan base about processes and projects and all that. Do you think your fan base is kind of like that with Carrick? You know, but I think the difference with Carrick is he's had experience managing in lower leagues as well, different to what Mikel Arteta. So you could kind of look at it and think to yourself, well, at least he's got experience managing at a level. And to be honest, when you come in, breath of fresh air, he allowed you guys to play and all of that. But it's you've got that little doubt in your mind that, listen, when it really comes to the real important crunch games, like, you know, when I'm talking about, because obviously your expectation next season is you finish. Let's say move on. But what are you looking at in terms of in terms of trophies, in terms of finishing, challenging for the league?
Every season you go in, you expect to win a trophy, right? Number one. And I definitely expect United.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't challenge. I definitely expect United to be really giving it a good go.
Yeah.
At like stepping up and trying to be a contender. Because look, you think about it, Carrick has never had the Europa League to worry about. He never had any cup competition to worry about. Because by the time he took over, we were at the Carabao Cup and we were at the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he didn't have anything else to worry about. Not Premier League football. Now, listen, that's not a knock on him because he's dealt the hand. He's played the hand he's been dealt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and he's played it well. He's played the hand well. So I'm not knocking him on that. I'm just doubting his credentials to, you know, how's he going to manage a bigger squad? Can he manage a bigger squad? Can he manage midweek games? So I'll let D carry on. I just got doubts.
Yeah, you have to remember what a media juggernaut Manchester United is. It's absolutely insanity what is expected from a full-time manager. Then you throw in, as JP said, the 4 competitions. Now, we have to stay in competitions, at least 2 quarterfinal, semi-final stages of all of it, right? Because it's Manchester United, that's what we do. So I look at this and I say, okay, he's had no experience in managing a squad of, you can have some huge egos in there, because what I'm led to believe is that obviously Kaz is going, which is a huge worry for me. I would have found a way to keep Kaz, and you play him in the top 6 games and you play him in Champions League. After that, you rest him. You find a way, but he said he wants to go. You have to respect the man's wishes. He's going. He's a good lad. Me and JP talked about it yesterday. He's a good lad in the changing room and bringing up, like he's had Kobe under his wings this season. He's put an arm around Ahmad in his bad games. So you're losing a huge character there. Now you're looking at bringing in maybe an Adam Walter or a what's his name in from Brighton, Baleba. Looking at these guys, right? These guys never played at a big club. They've never played at a big club, and you're going to come to Man United and you're going to say, "Rah, I never imagined this." Managers come in and say, "You know what? I can't believe the media pressure I'm on. Like, I get my schedule for the day, and I'm saying, what? I've got this amount of media work to do." Yeah, brother. This is Man United, man. Because every sponsor, everybody that's involved wants a piece of the action, wants their name called, wants you sat in front of a camera with their logo behind you. And this is my concern, because like me and JP spoke about yesterday, they promised us best in class, and Carrick is not best in class, guys. That's not knocking him, because everyone says he's a good lad. Carrick's a good lad, and you can say he's a good guy, and the players respect him. But the moment we go 5 games without a win, you watch, Norms, like a pack of wolves on him. And this is my concern, that there's a lot of talk. You know what I mean? We used to run the broke billionaire thing when he first came in. The JP were like, "Do you hard on him, brother?" But he's proven he can't get the money together. Right? 1, to buy up the Glazers, 2, with the stadium. He wants the government to help him build our new stadium. I mean, how dare you, bro? Taxpayers, are you mad? Like, we're not West Ham. Sorry, West Ham fans, but we're not West Ham. We ain't looking for government handout. We're Man United. We're supposed to be able to fix our own business, whether that means knocking the Old Trafford down and building the new Old Trafford or whatever. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, this is alarm bells for me. They've gone cheap. They've gone cheap. And I'm not comparing it to Ollie, but it's a similar thing where Ollie at the wheel, the fans are seeing it. The media hype, you got Rio Ferdinand slapping down the make-believe contract on the table saying, "Yeah, man, give him that." And then when it goes pear-shaped, because you have to remember, it's proven a little bit that that, you know, your Paul Scholes, your Roy Keane, these mans, Like they say Michael's a good lad, but deep down they don't like him and they don't want him to get it. They don't want him to get it because I think if them man were backing him, your Scholes, your Nicky Butts, your you know what I mean? They're not backing this man. They're saying, listen, man, this Man United, Carrick's not ready for that. So something in the background's gone down with them guys in terms of the ex-players and the relationship there. So as much as Michael got the nod, Gary Neville, they've all sat on the fence with it. Like Gary said, he's not quite sure now. Gary, you didn't want him to get it. Now you said he's not quite sure because he's qualified for Champions League. That's not enough because one game a week, Man United, I think you're expected to get there, thereabouts, whether it was fifth, whether it was third. And that's where I'm at with it, Norm. I feel like they put a lot of pressure on him, and we've seen it in the past. When the pressure comes, do they really back him? If he needs a top draw midfielder, which is going to cost them 80 million, do they drop the bag? I don't think so.
Just a quick question from Static. Sorry, just a quick question from Static. He goes, Big DJP, do you guys like legendary players like Carrick managing Man United, or do you prefer someone with no Man United connections?
Let me just ask Static this question. I'll ask you guys as well, Chelsea and an Arsenal fan. When you guys hear that Manchester United are appointing Carrick, how does that make you feel about Man United next year? Are you worried about us?
I'll be honest, no, I'm not. Not to say that he whatever. No, I'm not. He's done a great job, but he doesn't bring smart fear to my into. When you was getting,
we had Enrique. If we had Enrique, how would you feel,
brother? I'd be leaving the country.
My point to Static is, it's not even about whether they're a legendary player or not. It's just about a top quality manager. What you've done for us on the football pitch it isn't my issue. Like I love Carrick, I love Ollie still as a player, not as a manager. Get lost. I don't even near my club. So it's about having Man United, and I just think we need a top quality manager. And whether you're a legend or not, it doesn't mean anything to me. I just want a top quality manager.
Tony, Claude, big up to you, Tony, man. Big up to you every time. Please put his link in the chat. Big up to you. He says, I actually want Man United to stick with Carrick because when the pack of cards start falling, when he's in 4 different comps next season, it will be too late to save the season. As you got a point
there you go. This is the whole point.
Tony Claude.
Fans, don't care.
Brother.
He's a gooner. He's a gooner, man. You know, big up to Tony, man. Big up to Tony.
But just like the majority of the gooner fan base did not want Arteta for the last 6 years learning on the job to get to a title. So why would we want Carrick to do that? Because that's what's going to be happening. You're going to have to learn on the job and realize that did Sir Alex do all of this and more, bro? Because Sir Alex was sitting at the table with the scouts. Remember, Sir Alex controlled the scouts as well. People don't even know that he sent the scouts out to watch.
He controlled
the whole club. And so when you get the juggernaut, I'm telling you, man, Carrick gonna be going home and laying in his missus' breast and bawling at night when it goes wrong. Trust me, he won't. He can't. There'll be a point that he's just listen. I just need to go on to the family because my head is gone right now. Because that's the sort of pressure they're gonna put on him. And it's okay. These guys can sit in the background and sit in the executive box. When it comes to the dugout, all eyes are on Carrick. And I'm not sure he's ready for that. That's the truth. I'm not sure he's ready for that, guys. And like Norman used to say, I don't want him learning on the job. Like JP said, if he proves me wrong, we come on there and say, you know what, guys? He proved us wrong right now. And I think he needs to prove us wrong. Just like I said about Ollie, I said about Ruben. I want Ruben because I remember I backed Ruben for a long while. And I just said, nah, this guy mugging me off. I can't back him anymore. I remember Norman laughing at me. Yeah. I said, no, I can't do it anymore, man. I feel like an idiot. You know what I mean? He's really just mugged me off and punched me in my face. You know what I mean? And I don't want to have to come on here and say the same thing about Michael because I think he's a, like I said earlier, he's a great lad. He's done what he's supposed to do with 1 game a week. But I tell you now, that machine is a different beast. We are a different beast. Liverpool fans think they're a different beast. No. Old Trafford is a different beast. Yes, you may have won more European Cup.
And they're a big club. These are big clubs.
But
clubs sitting there, Chelsea, Arsenal, they're all big clubs to manage, but none of them are like Man United.
No, none of them. The expectations is unbelievable, and it's just going to be. It's going to be interesting. Now, some people say he might not accept it if he doesn't get his terms and conditions, as in he wants a bit of control over who comes in terms of the playing team, whether he can keep this current coaching squad. Like Jonathan Woodgate, I mean, get out of here with that. Get me a good coach. Get me a good number 2. I'm not saying that ex-England brother. I want someone like, you see what Fergie used to do.
He's
JP?
the number 2, isn't he? He's the number 2.
Yeah. The ex-England guy's number 2 at the moment. But Jonathan Woodgate and again, jobs for the boys, Johnny Evans. Come on, man. We're not doing that. Get me some serious coaches. Like, we got to catch Arsenal. We got to catch City. They're the benchmarks. Forget Liverpool, because Liverpool stopped the season.
What about Chelsea? You're not Chelsea?
The Chelsea's not the benchmark right now. And everything's cool with that. There's no disrespect there. It is Arsenal and Man City. And I'm sick of Pep always kidding teeth. You see Pep talking to the Palace guys saying, listen, man, I need a favour. He's tapping their chest and bigging them up after the game. I said, what happened to Pep?
Listen, we know the mind games are going to play. We're going to come on to the Arsenal section in a minute. But listen, there's 40 plus people in the building. Please, only 17 likes. There's probably more likes there. Come and smash those likes up. Please smash those likes up. So let me just quickly go through here. Paul Scholes should really shut up. He's not talking much sense with the mouth of him. His
Why his daughter's toes, bro? There you go with that one.
I don't get it. I don't get that.
Anyway,
right. Listen, let's move on to the big talking point of the weekend, guys. And I'm going to put this in, and I'm sure the chat will be definitely involved in this one. This is not an Arsenal problem. This is a VAR problem, right? Let me say it again. This is not an Arsenal problem. This is a VAR problem. And let's bring up some exhibits here. Let's bring up some exhibits here. So first of all, let's bring up this one. Yeah, let's bring up this one. Do you remember this one? Do you remember where this was from? Yeah, 22. Is it the 22-23 season? I think it was Doku with a foot in McAllister's chest. Wasn't given. Yeah, Aaron Webb said they didn't need to intervene. That was a clear penalty. Yeah. Next one here. This one here. This is Leno. 2 hands were literally held by Brentford players, but were told to suck it up. So they've literally got the Brentford players. Literally got. Just imagine his arms. His arms are around the keeper. The keeper can't go anywhere. Yeah.
What season is this?
It doesn't matter what season. It's a VAR problem, brother. No, it's a VAR problem. It's a VAR problem. I don't know what season this is. Hold on a second. Let me say my piece before you come in. Yeah,
I don't want to say anything that's not relevant to this season, though. I'm not going to be honest because we're talking about the consistency of this year. But
the consistency we have been talking about, guys. How long have we been talking about VAR? This one here, the Rodri. Yeah, they could have got Everton right relegated. Clear handball. They had to end up writing the PJ Miller to end up writing to Everton, right? Yeah, and saying we're sorry, we got it wrong. Okay, this was the first game of the season. You remember this one, JP and Big D? You remember this one, innit?
Yeah.
I know you remember this one. So we're now going back to relevancy, yeah. And obviously, you can see Sleeper had his arm, right? Then he let go of his arm. Then he wasn't strong enough when he jumped up. But listen, it is what it is, right? But it's always seems like it's an Arsenal. It's not an Arsenal problem. Obviously, we go to the game. Massive game. We played West Ham. Yeah, and it was a massive game, guys. And as you can see, Pablo's got his arm across his chest. You know, you can see Raya just saying, please leave me alone. Please stop it. right? Then you have the back view of, I think it's Tatibo, I think, pulling his shirt. Yeah. And obviously there was a lot of stuff going on in the box. So, guys, let's talk about it, because obviously the way the press is going, the way people are talking, Pep Zaddy say, this one is Eddie say, and Arsenal are cheating their way to a title and all this rubbish, man. It's about they're not consistent. They're not consistent. I didn't say you said it. I didn't say you said it.
I know, but I'm being very clear with this, right? Because this is the problem I have, right? Now, this is a foul. The goal, I don't even have a problem with the fact that the goal was ruled out because it was a foul. The reason I have a problem, I should say, is because every time I've come on this channel, from the start of the season, what have I said to you? What Arsenal have started and been doing at set pieces isn't acceptable. And the Premier League have let them get away with it for so long, and everybody else is saying, okay, we're going to do it as well. But how you've been on set plays, if they rule this out and they rule out all the set plays that Arsenal scored goals from, where would you be in the table?
Preach.
Because you've been holding
you're
pulling at set plays the whole season.
Okay,
so my point is, and I've been saying they need to do something about it, right? Then they decide they're going to do something about it with 3 games to go. What you do at this point is you intervene for the start of next year, and you say, right, we need to stop this. We've let this go for a year now, and we need to stop it. You cannot. So it stinks of corruption, and that's whether they're being corrupt or not. It stinks of corruption that you've let out one team who's done this the most out of any team I've ever seen. Because we've been on this channel talking about it time and time again. Yeah. This is what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying to you Arsenal cheated. What I'm saying to you, the consistencies that the referee show and the leniency that they've shown to Arsenal is for a reason. And whether it's because they want a different champion, I don't know. But the fact is, when they sent the audio of VAR, VAR are looking for a reason to call this goal off, to chalk it off.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
from they start the conversation, they're trying to find a reason to rule this goal out.
Yeah.
When did you
I even said it, Jay, I said it in the chat that the anxiety in their voice was unbelievable. It was like, what? Like, if you're watching something and you believe, why are you not so anxious and digi? And almost like they wanted the other one to make the call. There's 2 of them, obviously hearing 2 voices, and you could tell they were just like, no, you say it. No, you say it. And so I'm saying, when it's clear and obvious, both of you are in unison with what you're seeing and what your thoughts are, but both of them wanted to throw the other one under the bus in VAR. So basically, you're not even good enough to be operating VAR if that's your mentality, your weak mentality in a sport that demands so much money. There's so much money involved in football now that you can't have people that are weaklings up at Stockley Park. That makes no sense. Like you've got, stand by your conviction. If that's what you see, call it and move forward. But this backward and forward look how lengthy that the audio was. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Nah, it's crazy.
It's ruined the game.
Let's get your thoughts on it, because I know he wasn't too happy in our chat, and again, I'm gonna ask the question: is it an Arsenal problem, or is it a VAR problem, or a ref problem? Because they're not consistent in every aspect. Whether, yes, I get it, Arsenal do a lot of this grappling in the thing, and we have to look at ways in which they not only Arsenal, we do it more say than others. And I think Jamie Carragher came out and said
you benefited more from it, Norms. The amount of set piece goals you scored, and if you analyse their
I'm not denying that.
Going on.
I'm not denying that. But it's a VAR. But then what do they do? How do they get around this? Because
my point is, why didn't you call it? Why was you not calling it from ages ago? Why was you not clamping down on this from months ago, when everybody's been calling for it and saying it's unacceptable? There was a game against Manchester United and Everton, and what I saw Everton doing at set pieces was unbelievable. And I said, they've been watching what Arsenal have been getting away with, and they're saying, rightly so, well, we're going to do this as well. And they were standing all over the goalkeeper. He couldn't move. He couldn't do anything. If this is what we want football to, if this is what we want,
listen.
This is a joke. Because you can't do it when you get in the Champions League. You can't do it.
No, 100%. That's what I'm saying. In Europe, they're stopping and blowing up straight when they say you do it again. We give the foul. So in Europe, it's a totally different thing. But for some reason, the Premier League was allowed it to happen. It's got so out of control, because in that game there was about 5 or 6 different things happening, fouls going on, primarily by Arsenal players, but there was a couple of West Ham players fouling.
Of course they are.
Yeah. So what the referee, and it took almost 5 minutes. I think he looked at it 17 times, right? And what they had to do was do it in what they call chronological order. Who did the foul first? Someone was saying it was what's his name, Rice, having his arms around Mavropanos. but they looked at it and said the goalkeeper's the one that's impeding. And back in the day, we know that goalkeepers are protected. You know what I'm trying to say? We got they're protected. So maybe they've just gone down that. And was it clear and obvious? Because as soon as the goal went in, I thought I didn't even see it because I didn't see it. I just heard my son banging up the chair, and I thought, you know what I mean? They've equalised, all right. And then obviously we're sitting there praying and saying, "Please, man, find something." And then all of a sudden they're looking at it. They looked into more. VAR intervened. We ref the game and said, "You need to go and take a look at this." I mean, Ez, what are your thoughts quickly on this?
Yeah, no, look, I'm sure Arsenal will win the league, and you Arsenal fans will celebrate, and no one can say anything about you celebrating how you're going to celebrate. But never in my life have I felt like this is here a bit of a robbery of a league. The knock-on effect of that decision there is not because Arsenal was good and outplayed their opponent, and fair enough, whatever happens with this goal doesn't matter. You know, if you're winning 4-0, maybe no one cares what happens with this VAR decision. Yeah. But the case is West Ham, who are fighting for their lives at the bottom of this table, have somehow managed to nick a fair goal, in my opinion, and perhaps half the nation's opinion. Anyone that's played the sport's opinion, that's a goal. You know, the striker's probably more impeded than your goalkeeper was. There was no effect on him being able to get that ball or not. Plus, if that's the case, what's Declan Rice doing rugby tackling the other guy behind him? Nothing being said. And the reason why I've got a bigger problem with this is when I've played you, Normski, I've seen Declan Rice doing the same thing to my players. I've seen Declan Rice handball the ball and it wasn't even looked at by VAR and they've played on. I've seen Haaland get his shirt ripped and the referee seemed to think he done it himself. He seemed to think he done it himself and we've played on. And I'm just trying to think, hang on.
The headbutt as well. So headbutt by Gabriel on Haaland. It totally
yeah. And listen, he should have gone off. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But you know, listen. I'm just saying is like what Arsenal have got away with things. But listen, in football, everybody will try and get some kind of like
advantage.
Yeah. That's what happens. But I mean, when you see the mad grappling, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, last season before, people were going at City and saying, you know, the Rodri, the Doku thing and all of that. And they didn't even look at it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I get it. Is it because of the fact that it is Arsenal that is going to win the league this season? And so the ops are like,
it's because you've been doing it, Norms, for such a long time and everyone's been up in arms about it. It's not about Arsenal winning the league. You've been doing this and the way you've been at set pieces, it's from the first game of the season. The goal you scored to win the game, in that context, then should be disallowed. So from the first game of the Premier League season until the 36th game, you've been doing this.
Yeah, it's literally been a talking point.
You've been scoring all the goals and getting away with it.
So I'm going to ask you guys a question.
So guys in the chat as well. It's not a one-off channel. It's not a one-off tackle. Sorry, that they missed or they were. This is a consistent thing.
Because I actually said this. I said this to Normski that I want Man United players to start doing this because clearly the refs are not going to call it. Start crowding the goalkeeper, pulling on his shorts, whatever you got to do, and let Bruno and Ahmad swing them and Boomer swing them corners in rather than going wide with the corner, go straight in and just bundle that ball over the net because it seems to be the way to win a football game when you need that last minute goal. And if it's the same across the board where everyone's allowed to do that, then so be it. But then you've changed the dynamic of the game and the viewing of the game to say that this is ugly football and no one wants to watch ugly football. So it's a very
fair play. But I mean, listen, if you win the league, are you going to really complain about the football?
Yeah, you are, no. Yeah, I think you are. I think you are because if the country's talking about it,
let me ask this question: if we win the league this season, I'm going to ask you a question. If we win the league this season, is there an aspect over that?
Most definitely.
In my opinion, I won't like it, right? And it will be a bit like.
Okay, another question for you, JP. Because I know you have a problem. I know JP has a problem.
I've had a problem, but no, have I not had a problem with this all season long?
Yeah, I'm not saying you've called it. You've called it. I get it. You've called it.
This is like to me. This is like in the NFL. Do you remember Deflategate? I don't know. You might remember it.
Yeah.
I don't follow it, so I wouldn't know clue what you're talking
so
about.
The deflate gate where they were saying the Patriots were deflating the
football. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Because Tom Brady liked the balls slightly deflated.
Yeah.
And in the end, they won the Super Bowl, and it's never left them. Deflategate and Spygate. When they're talking about Spygate,
the thing that's just gone up just the other day.
The name came from the Patriots. Spygate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're a bit. The Patriots had a bit of scoundrel in them. And so I'm saying they never. I mean, they've won those titles, but Deflategate and Spygate have always sort of lived over them, hung over them. Yeah. And I don't. I said I'm not blaming Arsenal in some respects for this. I'll be very frank about this. I'm saying
Ez's got a job. I don't know. Let's
take care, boss. It's good to see you, man.
I'm saying the referees,
man. Thank you for your contribution. Big up to you, man. Anytime.
The referees have let Arsenal get away with it for too long, but the way they're refereeing other teams, which is different to Arsenal, is what I've got a problem.
Okay. With Man City, with Man City doing a 4P, do you recognise all of their titles 4P?
No, I you know what I think about City? I think City's the biggest fraud out there. Chelsea are fraud, and so are City.
And Norm, the mere fact that the FA,
biggest fraud.
You have to remember, we're at the end of the season, and the FA still have not dealt with these 115 charges. And this is why I was saying to you, because City have drowned them in legal work, right? They want Arsenal to win this. They don't want City to win this title. I've been saying this for months now. And whether people say, like, I'm not hating, because if you said to me it's a 2-horse race, Arsenal, Man City, I'm backing Arsenal. I told Normski this because City, like you say, if you look at Forest got done, Everton got done, all these teams that did irregularities got done. City is still there doing City things. So you're saying, hold on, is it that you're drowned in legal paperwork, or you're just afraid as a FA to take them on? Because I'll tell you now, if that's United, they're coming for United, JP. You know they are. In any shape or form.
The issue in my mind for all of this Chelsea and City thing is that the rest of our clubs, if you notice, why doesn't our clubs come out and come down on them and say a load of stuff about them? Because we're all trying to protect the brand.
Yep.
Because they all know that you damage the brand of the Premier League, and all these big funds that the Premier League come in, that get in, is all going to affect our clubs. That's why they're not saying anything, and that's why they don't want to come out and say, Chelsea, you're all a bunch of cheats, and you've cheated your way to all your success for all these years, which they have, and everything you've won should have an asterisk over it.
Yeah,
right. And it's the same.
But you have to remember as well, JP,
you can't say it.
If like the Premier League also needs. This is why, say like Tottenham getting relegated, that doesn't benefit the Premier League because of one, that big stadium that they built. It's almost like how we would say a tithe of tithes that get paid up from the teams into the FA. You lose a big team, that's a financial hit for the FA.
I heard about that as well.
Right? Yeah. So there's all these things that go on behind the scenes that we don't really talk about. Yes, what's that? Big up yourself, my guy.
Big up, man. JP's got a bounce, man. Big up to you, JP, every time, man.
Yeah, big up, JP.
We are coming down. We've got one more subject to deal with, and then we're out of here, people. But thank you. Stick with us, people. Yeah. And guys, please get those likes up. Get those likes up to 25, 30 likes, man. Yeah. And get this thing moving. Thank you very much. Big up WhatsApp.
Yeah.
That's Big D from Wahaha. As well, last 2 weeks, 3 games influence. Look, that's crazy, the old Celtic thing, you know what I mean? Getting the last minute penalty yesterday. So it's going right down to the last day. I hope that Arsenal's game don't go down to the last day, but I've got a funny feeling it is. I mean, listen, unless Bournemouth can do something, but this whole...
Because the thing is, Norm, that's box office as well, Norm. If it goes to the last day, that's box office. That's even more revenue. Of course. You know what I mean? And I think when you peel it all back, Norm, everything is revenue driven, from the FA, and the video. I think I posted the video to the group, and the guy was saying he as good as said we need a new name on the trophy.
Yeah,
he said it's not good for business, and I went, okay, well then the playing field is not even then. If he's saying that, and maybe he might have had a couple of too many gins. Maybe he wasn't supposed to say that out loud. Maybe that was in his head, and he
Yeah.
just said it out loud, because that's a right red flag for me when you're saying that. Oh no. Because you remember in Scotland when it was just, like basically just Celtic Rangers. Every now and again, Aberdeen or one of them would just, and they started saying it wasn't good for the brand of Scottish football, that it's always just a two-horse race. Now everybody wants the league to go down, whether it be the relegation side of the league or the winning of the league. Everybody wants it to go down to game week 38, because the money the money from the bookies, norms, everything is insanity. All of it. The pubs are full, the stadiums are full, the bookies are full, because it's like game week 38 and the title's not decided yet. And the relegation is not quite obviously true, but between West Ham and Tottenham, if that happens where that goes last game of the season, it's like this is all box office stuff. And the rating, Sky's going to make their money, TNT is going to make their money. And so we have to look beyond football now. We got to look at the financials, And like I say, Spurs getting relegated is not good for the Premier League business. It's just not.
Well, here we go.
Because of,
Spurs leave the door open for the Hammers. Yesterday, not yesterday, on Monday. Spurs, they played Leeds at home. But listen, I kept saying, big up to Daniel Varka, the way this guy has got these guys, playing since the Man City game, going to a back three, and secured Premier League status for another season. They go to Spurs. Spurs obviously score first, and then they equal. Listen, they could have won the game, only beat for that great. Yeah. It was a great stop by the Spurs goalkeeper. But there was also a controversy with there was a foul on Maddison, and obviously De Zerbi has come out. De Zerbi's come out and said, he says, Robert De Zerbi said referee Jared Gillett was not calm in that game. Again, refereeing problem during the Tottenham's 1-1 draw against Leeds United, and believes match officials are feeling the pressure after the VAR controversy at West Ham. Spurs squandered the chance to go 4 points clear of 18th place West Ham. They're now only 2 points. So, listen, they've opened the door, as I said, to them, and they play their next game away to Chelsea. Massive game for them. West Ham go away to Newcastle. So he is going down to the wire. And he says Calvert-Lewin's penalty cancelled out, but Mateus' stunning opener at the Tottenham Stadium. Leeds were awarded a penalty after VAR advised Gillett to look at the monitor. The review tells high boot while attempting to clear the ball. But there was also a tackle on Maddison. Now, Maddison said it came off the side of his boot. The ball did move, but we couldn't tell if it was conclusively if it came off of Maddison's boot, or I can't remember who the guy that put in the tackle. But, that could have been a penalty to Spurs. They didn't get it. They didn't even review it long. They just, I think after 20 seconds, they went, no penalty. They looked at it and said,
just
no
wave that way.
I mean, I don't know if you saw it. Did you think it was a penalty? I mean, when you see it, first, you're thinking,
initially I thought it was, but as we've seen all season, Norm, it's almost hard to call now, because when you're seeing something blatant, it doesn't get called. When you think it's a 50-50, they just give it outright, and you're thinking, well, hold on. Like, what was different to that game last week? And so often we come on here, Norms, and we're referring to a similar, maybe the exact situation last week that was not given. And then this week it's a penalty. It's like, well, and this where, like JP is saying, the inconsistency is killing the game. Like, we are fans of the beautiful game. And you want to watch it and go, you know what? Yeah, he's got to give that. You know, when we watch the game and you say, yeah, he's got to give that, and he gives it. And then you see one, he blatant, and you say, oh, yeah, he's got to give that. And you don't give it. You say, okay, what has he seen? Especially when he goes to the screen and watches it in a million angles, slowed up and sped up and slowed down. You're just like, bro, what we're seeing, clearly you're not seeing that, or you're choosing not to see it. And I think I said, maybe halfway through the season, we need to hear what Stockley Park is saying to him as a fan base, because obviously they're trying to go down the NFL route where the referee's mic'd up now, and even with the webcam, you've seen that the webcam on his chest. You know what I mean? That way, if something said by a player,
is it to the side of Is it to the side? Is it on their
Is
chest
it?
or is it to the? I'm not too
I'm
sure
not
where,
sure
where it's
because
positioned.
whenever
I
you
don't
see
think
the
anybody in the chat
picture,
knows where it's actually positioned on their bodies. Is it to the side of their heads or is it on
yeah,
their chests? I'm
because
actually thinking
no,
about it. I
it
don't
might
know.
be on the head piece, you know, Norm, because
Yeah,
but when you see the picture, it looks like they're right in front. You know, like a
yeah,
security
that's right.
body cam.
Yeah.
That's what the picture looks like. That, but maybe it is on the headset. But yeah, it's just like Norm, like, and I wonder, Norm, whether we're gonna have similar problems in the World Cup, because you have to remember on that world stage, you can't be making them mistakes on the world stage. Just
You
put it
know
to
what though?
the stage.
They do say that the referees in the World Cup are a lot better than our English referees. Because you remember that season, I can't
Yeah,
remember who it
yeah,
was. It might have been Anthony Taylor, where he sent off two. I think remember he made a mistake and gave a red card. He gave a yellow card twice, and the player didn't get sent off or something like that. Something crazy like that. If anybody
right.
remembers, I don't know if it was Anthony Taylor in either a World Cup year. Where he made a big mistake. So I think the World Cup referees seem to be a lot better, than
Yeah,
our
yeah.
English referees right now, and they're right under the spotlight now. So just
Oh
from
yeah.
WhatsApp, it says De Zerbi needs to focus on his team. Leads much better and wouldn't lie down. Spurs grateful for the point. Yeah, yeah. Well, Graham Poll. Oh, sorry, it's Graham
Graham
Poll.
Paul,
Apologies,
yeah,
Graham Poll.
Graham
Yeah,
Paul.
Graham. I think it was somebody.
Like,
You know what I mean?
brother, yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, he's terrible. Gave
And then
3 yellow
you just
cards. This is it. Yeah, that's it now. Gave 3 D. They gave 3 yellow cards
to the same
before
player.
eventually sending him off.
Yeah, well, madness.
Man, that's madness, man.
But
You know
then,
what
but
I'm saying?
normally players on the pitch pick up on that and say, "No, it's already been booked. It's already been booked." But obviously, no one
But they
even
didn't seem
clocked
to,
that it
yeah.
already been booked.
West Ham United are robbed now from rival fans.
fans.
Robbed! They're robbed! Like, you know what I mean? But what are the chances of West Ham now? But now it's on a knife edge now because look, Spurs needed that. They needed to win that game.
Yeah,
It's
they did,
now only 2 points in it.
2 points.
Yeah, 2 points in it. They do go away to Chelsea, and their last game at home is against Everton. West Ham go away to Newcastle, and then they have their last home game against Leeds. What do you think the outcomes? Remember, we said it was going to be West Ham.
Yeah,
winning by
West Ham.
2 points just outside. But now
and
the
it's
pendulum has
interesting
swung because it wasn't good that they won and lost against. It was, I think it was Aston Villa away. Spurs went to beat Aston Villa away, and West Ham
That's right.
got slapped by Brentford, even though they had chances in that game. But you know what I mean. So what are we saying now? Just quickly,
because Norm, that was the result that we said would relegate Tottenham, and they won.
Yeah,
like go to Villa
Aston
Park.
Villa game. Yeah.
And so I think they survived. Norm, I think Spurs survived, mate. It is wild.
All right. So if they survive, what do they get away at Chelsea? Win, because Chelsea want them to go down. They're away to Chelsea their next game.
Chelsea. I think they'll get a point at Chelsea.
Well, what's up with saying Spurs never win at Chelsea?
That's what I'm saying.
You think they'll get a point?
Yeah, they get a point. Like I don't see
and their home games and their Everton are tough nut to crack.
I know, and that I actually think they get 2 draws in the last 3 games.
Okay,
I think it might be enough.
Hold on. So they're on what they want, guys. What are Spurs on at the moment?
So Spurs are on. Well, they're 2 points above.
Yeah, what's their points tally? What's their points tally at the moment?
Sorry, no, give me a second. I'm just opening the phone there.
What's their points tally?
So here we go. Yeah, their points tally is. Come on, phone. Here we go. Get going.
Yeah, I've got it here. They'll end up on 40 points.
40.
Yeah, if they get 2 points.
40 is enough because remember they said 42 was supposed to be survivable. 42 points.
Right. West Ham. So what do you think West Ham get away to Newcastle?
I think they draw at Newcastle as well.
All right, 37. And what do you think they'll get? All right, so they'll get done on goal difference if they beat Leeds at home.
Yeah.
So you reckon it's going to come down to goal difference now?
Goal difference, yeah, that's what I think now. Yeah, it's mad. Just because I never expected Tottenham to go to Villa and win that game.
Yeah,
at Villa, and they did it, and I'm like,
so Tottenham are doing it now on goal difference, and whereas before about a month ago we said 2 points for West Ham to do it.
You think that's cruel to stay up on? You think it's cruel to stay up on goal difference? You think that's cruel to get relegated?
Of course it's cruel, man. Of course it's cruel, bro. Of course it's cruel, man. Do you know what I mean?
But no. But in the same breath, you can win the title on goal difference, like Aguero.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. But
so it has to work both ways, doesn't it?
We have to, guys, in the chat. We have to beat Burnley. I don't look. Some people just say, just go and win it 1-0 and beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Crystal Palace, their last game at home, they're going to want to impress their manager, even though they know they've got 3 days later, they've got the Conference League final. They will rest players.
Everybody wants
Black Nerds come out and effectively said it, but the players are going to want to impress. Do you know what I mean? But I think we need to take care of Burnley, 1 game at a time. Take care of Burnley, put as many goals past them as possible. Do not, people say, let's go and beat them 1-0 or whatever. No, man, because 1-0 is dangerous. Go and smack them up in the first whatever, even though they drew 2-2 and scored the first goal against Aston Villa at their own ground. Burnley have got nothing to play for. So they're free spirits,
exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? So, they got Kyle Walker in there. He might want to do something, get ex-Tottenham, obviously, ex-Man City, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, but we have to win that game. Now, if by any chance City go to Bournemouth and slip up, a draw or a loss, we win the title.
Exactly.
And it's parade setting on the 31st. Guard of Honor at Crystal Palace. Lovely jubbly. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But
our Palace fans will
I think personally, I don't know what people think in the chat. Does this go down to the wire? Do we win on goal difference? Or do we win before we play Crystal Palace? Put it in the chat, people. Let me know what you think. Super Mick has another slip up in him. I'm sure of it. Oh, please, don't, man. Don't.
Nah.
Who do you think we'll slip up against? I don't think we'll slip up against Burnley.
No.
If anything, but the problem is that if Man City could possibly go on and win all their games and end up on the same amount of points as us. Yeah. If we get a win and a draw, because that will put us on 83 points.
Yeah.
And Man City will, if they win all their games, they'll have 83 points. What we cannot do is lose. But I'm not even thinking about that. We should win both of those games.
Yeah. You can't lose on goal difference, no, because I think that hurts even more. I think I'd rather just lose by points. I'd rather lose by 1 point than finish on the same points and lose by goal difference, because I think that hurts even more. Because then you start looking at the soft goals you conceded and the sitters that you missed. You know what I mean? It starts messing with your head as players. Yeah, so
we just I'd rather take care of business. Monday, take care of business, convincing win, pile the pressure back on Man City. They go away to Bournemouth. Mind you, they've already played Crystal Palace. Obviously, they made a few changes. They've slapped up Crystal Palace. They didn't offer nothing. They're now playing an FA Cup final at Wembley. So they're going to play their big players, you would think. And then a few days later, they go away. They play after us. So we play on the Monday. They play on the Tuesday. And then obviously the last game of the season, everybody plays on that Sunday, the 24th of May. So let's hope that by then we will be celebrating the title. Arteta could mess up by overthinking it. Listen, one thing I'm going to say. One thing I'm going to say about this before we come down. Brother, in that West Ham game, when Ben White got injured, I don't know why people think that giving him a bly, some people giving this guy a bly by saying that playing Declan Rice, you don't take your best number 6 and put him at right back because you want madness. Arteta's come out and said, I wanted more legs in midfield. What are we doing here? Zubimendi has no legs. He has no legs left because the man has played over 3,000 minutes. Norgard, I don't even know if he was even on the bench. The man has played 50-odd minutes of Premier League. He decides when Ben White gets injured to go and play Declan Rice at right back. Thomas Partey settings. What are we doing here? Yeah, and it took VAR to help us win that game. Yeah, and the thing about it, as soon as Ben White went off, he puts Declan Rice. Declan Rice is not right back. He's not going to invert. He hasn't got the legs to do that kind of thing. He's in the central position. He ended up bringing on Zubimendi as a sub, and then thought, "Hang on, I've got this wrong." He's not going to admit it, and then he took him off.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Which is the worst thing to do it for a player.
Exactly. Why are you trying to? As what WhatsApp said, why are you trying to be clever?
Yeah.
Don't want to see that no more.
The thing is,
don't want to see it.
I can imagine his anxiety is through the roof now because he's so close.
Well, listen, but he can't be doing stupidness, man. I don't want to see that no more.
When you're that close, I think that's when you see the madness happen, because you're like, listen, I got one hand on the trophy here, because you got one hand on the trophy, and he cannot go, and you can't see that lineup and go, what is he doing here? I think that would be the worst thing for Arsenal fans, to see a madness because he's overthinking with one hand on the trophy, because he doesn't need to overthink that, because you guys level now, Norm, on points.
No, we're 2 points ahead of them.
Two points, right.
Yeah. And so if we beat Burnley, we go 5 points. No, they ain't got no more game in hand. We're exactly the same.
They've caught up now.
Yeah,
right.
they played their game in hand yesterday.
Yesterday. That's right. Yes, right. Yeah, so they caught up. So that's what I'm saying. You got one hand with 2 points, with 2 games to go, 2 points clear. You have that. So you can draw one, win one. So when
I'm not thinking about drawing.
I know, but I'm saying. Yeah,
but then it means if they go and win all their games, we have to, because they've scored more goals than us, and now they're +1 goal up on us now.
+1. Yeah.
Right. So we're 42, and I think they're +43, and then if it goes down to the wire, where there's more goals scored, but just take care of business. Take care. This is your biggest chance, Mikel Arteta and the club, to take care of business, and you need to take care. Forget about trying to be clever. Yeah, we got players dropping like flies, and that. I think Ben White now looks like he's out completely for the season. I don't know whether we're going to see Timber again. If he does come back, he may come back for the Champions League final, but I don't know. I don't know if I can see that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Just play Mascara there, because you ended up playing Mascara eventually. Why don't you just do that in the start? You've now wasted the sub. Fair play, right? You know, Odegaard comes on, and Odegaard helps us win the thing. Do you know what I mean? But it's just a moments, man. Listen, don't tell me that this guy has done it, because this guy has been hooked pretty much every game. This time he comes on, he makes a difference. Thank you very much. Well done. And that's what you need to do. Trossard gets the goal. You know, moments player. That's it. Thank you very much. And you're thinking, right, to see this out. Then you had the big VAR situation, the whole grappling and all that. That's for the Premier League to sort out for next season. They need to sort it out.
Yeah, for sure.
And put down the rules. They need to look at it and sort it out, because Arsenal can't carry on doing this like next season. And at the same time, we're going to have to build. We need to get rid of players. There's players in there that need to go, and we need to go and basically build that squad yet again. Whether we'll have the money to do it or not, because there's talk about Ethan Manbury probably being sold, pure profit. I hope we don't get rid of Miles Lewis-Kelly, because I think he's a great player. I don't want to lose any of these players. But
no,
they need the money.
But if you do the double, if you win the Premier League and you win Champions League, the money's there, Norms. The money will be there.
Well, obviously, it's there. But I don't want to I don't want to go into next season playing that kind of football.
No,
that's the football, that haram football. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to defend the title playing like that again. The team will work out already.
Yeah.
So we need to step it up. We need to step it up. But people, listen, we are coming down now. And listen, guys, after this show, the Bruised Banana, please go over to the Bruised Banana 8:30. Mr. Invincible, that's me, my 45th show. 4 away from 49 undefeated. Will be on the Bruised Banana later on. So big up to Shane. That starts at 6. So 6:30, 8:30. Big up to Root Calls, man. What you say? The money is there.
Yes,
but so is that's the problem, Root Calls. The money is there. So is Arteta. That's the problem. That's the problem that we got. So let me just quickly get up the fancy what's going on Premier League. Shout out, D, if you can do that.
Quickly, man.
What's going on prediction league table as well.
Quickly, we need to shout out our big hitters. 103 points from Julian Moore and Trevor One Sock Smith. We still have our guy Del Grady keeping the summit more than warm.
Looking at he's winning.
I think it's over, man. I think that was one day. If he's not getting caught, he's not gonna have 2 bad game weeks to let it's only Manny that can catch him now. I think Julian Moore probably coming a little bit too late. We've got Malcolm X back in the top 10, Norm.
Yeah,
she's back in the top 10. Yeah,
I don't know if she's going to be happy with that. I don't know if she's going to be happy with that, but next season she goes again. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what, Norm? There's 25 in the league, so to finish in the top 10 is decent, man. It's a decent.
Yeah. I'll tell her that. I'll tell her that. By the way, that's my missus. So I'm not married to Malcolm X, by the way, guys. So don't get it wrong.
So
pause on that. Pause on that.
Out of the guys in the league, in our What's Going On podcast, the podcast guys, I'm topping that. I'm sitting in a Europa League 6 spot, solid 87 this week. Andy had a nice 94, but he got leapfrogged by Trevor, so he's down to 8. Where is hold on, Kofi's 15th, Ez is 17th, kind of mirroring his Chelsea club. And then I think the guys at the bottom have stopped playing. They've stopped checking their teams because these guys are not. 25 points. Yeah, you're not checking your team.
Pep ruled at the start. He didn't fantasy.
He messed me up, Norm. I was supposed to have 100 points yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
I had about 100 points if them 3 had started. He dropped my three Man City guys all got dropped for that game. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what are we doing here?
That's mad,
and I triple captained. What's his name? Doku. I went Doku rather than Haaland, and he still got me 36 points of triple captain. And if he had started that game, he's getting at least 1 assist, if not 2, and maybe a goal. But there you go. That's football for you.
Okay. Well, listen, guys. Prediction table. D, you're still top on 27 points. Yeah. It's coming down. Last 2 games left. 36 games played. And D is on 27 points. I'm on 26 points. Chile's on 26 points. Tottenham supporter. Kofi's on 22 points. Liverpool supporter. You got JP down there in the Europa League, in this case, not the relegation, on 19 points, and Ez on 16 points. And Ez has already put in, I'm just looking at, I haven't done mine, but my predictions, you've gone with, Big D's gone with Arsenal 3, Burnley 0. I like that. JP's gone with Man United 2. I don't know who they're playing, but he's gone with Man United 2, whoever the other team is 1. And Chelsea, Ez has gone with Chelsea 3, and the other team 1. So I need to go and put my 1 in. Kofi needs to put his 1 in. And Chile needs to put his 1 in, who's a Tottenham supporter. And that will be the 37th game week 37. I need to try and see if I can catch Big D. So I'm going to be looking at a couple of the other fixtures to make sure that I can try and catch it. But I think what I would say, Big D, is that I think you definitely get the points. Whether it be the actual
I'm rolling the dice on Arsenal, man. City can't win that league. City can't win that league.
Yeah.
One City, man.
We'll see what happens there. But now, big up to everyone. Listen, everyone, big up to everyone in the chat. As I say, at one point there was 50+ people in the building. Really appreciate it. Nice, big up to DJB for the raid. I really appreciate it. 30 people left in the building. Before you leave this stream, people, every one of you, smash that. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to the channel. I know all of you that came over from DJB are subscribed to him. And you know, me and DJB, we do the mingle on a Wednesday. I couldn't be there yesterday because I said I had other commitments, but I will be hopefully back with him next week, Wednesday, on the mingle. My show, the What's Going On podcast show, will be back next week, Thursday, for the last time, and then it will come back on the following Wednesday. It's just that I've got another commitment on that Wednesday. So people in the chat, before you leave, smash the like button. Please hit that like button before you go out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And please go over to Shane Raid, Normski Raid. The show is starting at 8:30. So when you do come in, just type in, just go into the chat and just put in Normski Raid. Yeah? Big up to everyone. Big up to Wahaha. Take care, Normski D. Until next one. Big up Junior. Big up, gents. From Already Like, thank you, Leone. Big up to you, J Lux. Big up to you, J Lux, man. Salute. Big up, Kawaja. Big up. Don't forget, guys. Normski Raid on Shane's one, 8:30. The Bruised Banana. It's going to be a great show tonight. Looking forward to that. And that will be my 45th time. The Invincible. I'm called the Invincible, or as Jez like to say, the Enforcer. So big up to everyone, people. Yeah, just going through. Listen, take care, and listen. We will be back, and we'll see you on the next What's Going On podcast. Take care and God bless.